All right, I'm going on here. We're gonna see if this is working now. Oh my gosh. I'm pulling my nails out. Here we go. Let's see if it's on here. Yay! I see it! There we go! Oh my gosh. It's working. I'm so blessed. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, yes. Okay, let's share this out. Let's just share it out to the, there we go. Let's post it out to the peeps. There we go. All right. One and only Ember on. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. All right. So what just happened here was a test of my patience, my willpower, my everything all together. So yes, I will progress with the show. But just coming on to here, hi Kyle, thank you for coming aboard. Everything was not working. Camera wasn't working. I had a black screen. I had, oh my gosh, it was everything. So I'm like tweaking all this, and then I didn't have a mic. I think you can still hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes, you can. It looks like it's working. Perfect. So yeah, so the camera wasn't working, then I came on, I was like, I don't see anything on the meter for the mic, so the mic's not working, and yeah, anyway, so here we are. Yay! I love it when it finally comes together. Okay, so tonight's show is gonna be all about, it's summertime. Summertime, 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 summertime. Okay, so we're in summer. It's the last week of June. By the way, tomorrow is the full moon. Ooh. So, okay, so we're gonna talk about summertime, getting our stuff together. I almost swore there, oh my gosh. Getting our stuff together, and what are we doing for summer? So yeah, it's gonna be, let's just do the intro. How's that? We'll be back. All right, summertime. I had to put that intro in there. You always got to do that. It just feels right, you know, makes it all like special. Hi, Molly. Okay, so summertime is here. Hi, Anita. Summertime is here. We are progressing throughout the summertime, and you know what? We all made goals at the beginning, and Molly and I were just talking about this. We all made goals at the beginning, like remember a few months ago, January made some goals, and we were like, well, yeah, I should get better shape. I'm gonna get into my Speedo. No, I'm not getting into the Speedo. But I'm gonna get in my swimming suit. We're gonna get out there. This year is the year we're gonna get out there. We're gonna watch some concerts. We're gonna go do some events. We're gonna be out there. We're not gonna waste our time. At least in Wisconsin, this is like a really important thing because we have like 3 or 4 months of snow and 30 below zero weather, or even 30-degree Fahrenheit weather if you're watching us across the pond. Yeah, so we have all those things, and so to combat that, when summertime comes, we try to get out there and do as much as possible. But we've had some weird weather this year, at least in this neck of the woods, where it went from 30 degrees and snow to like 80 degrees in like a week, and it was crazy. And so now it's like up and down still. We're getting drenched with rain. It's raining right now. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining right now outside. So we're getting drenched with rain, and if it's not raining, it's like 90 degrees outside. Like this weekend here, it's supposed to be somewhere around 100 degrees with the heat indices. Or index, whatever. We used to, as a kid, call it heat index, and now it's heat indices. So we have these extreme temperatures, and so what we're finding is we're outside for a little bit, we're doing some stuff, and then we're huddling inside because we want to keep cool and we want the central air to keep us cool and we're comfortable and we're not, you know, sweating and all that good stuff. And so I'm just here going, we got to go back, think back to your goals. Think back to the goal that you made back in January, February, March, April, and then all of a sudden all heck broke loose and we had 90-degree weather. So let's think back to our goals. I know right now it can be a disheartening time because we're getting into almost the 4th of July next week, 4th of July. So we're in that point where we're going, I don't know. Do I just give up at this point because I don't have the bikini bod, or I don't have the, you know, I'm not fitting in the smaller, you know, for me, swimming trunks or shorts. I mean, I have this much in my, well, that's a lot. So I have this, a guy doing this. I have this much of shorts in my closet that I can't wear because they don't fit me. They fit me 3 years ago. I could squeeze into them, and but I'm not there yet. So do I just kind of give up and then I go and I buy a whole bunch of more shorts and just kind of say, forget it, I'm just giving up. I'm not going to get down into or get in better shape. I'm not going to do it. No, now is the time to do it. The weather is good outside. Yes, it's going to be hot. Like this weekend, it's going to be hot. So what's my choice? My choice is to get out early, do a run, get the run in early, and then go back, you know, then we can do some things or maybe travel around and do, but you don't have to hibernate in the summertime. You know, it's wintertime, I can get it, but summertime, just hydrate, be out there, and maybe just be out for a period of time and go back in. But it's like, just get out there and breathe the fresh air and get things going. In the comments, if you can, shoot me in the comments and tell me some events that are happening in your area. What could you suggest to someone in your area right now that you could go to? And there's so many free events. People use that excuse of money as one of those things. And there's so many free events out there. Kyle, I know you have a lot of them up by you. He's right up on Lake Michigan, if you look on your map. There's Wisconsin, and we have a mitt. Wait, maybe I'm doing this backwards, but we have a mitt, and is that how we do it? Yeah, Wisconsin. I think I'm backwards. I think it's this way. However it is. But this little part here, he's down in here. He's like right at my thumb joint. And Kyle is over there, and he's in the western side of Lake Michigan, but the eastern coast of Wisconsin. Anyway, so he has a ton of concerts, free concerts, things like that, and just getting out by the beach there where he lives. And that's a fantastic thing, just getting out there. There's things out there that you don't have to even pay money for, and you know, and get out there and participate and just breathe the fresh air. Even if you're hanging out for a few hours at the beach, why not do it? And yes, it's going to be hot, and yes, you're going to have to hydrate, and yes, you're going to have to do all those things, but you don't have to go out and be out there for 8 hours. Just get out there for a half hour or so, and sunscreen and all that good stuff to prevent that skin cancer for later on in life. But, you know, do a lot. Yeah, there you go, Kyle. Put a couple of them in the comments there. Okay, I'm going to move on because this is what I'm going to call, let's hit the concerts. There you go. What concerts are in your area that you could go to? Now, in our area in Wisconsin, we have Summerfest. That's starting up, I believe, this week, and it's running through the week of the 4th. And that's a ton of different kinds. Now, you have to pay to go to that, and I don't even know how much that is anymore. 25 bucks a person probably per day, somewhere in that range. There's different ways to do that. So you can either go to a concert of some sort of that, but there's so many free things. Like in our little area, there's so many different venues, alcohol venues, coffee venues that have free entertainment or free bands during the summertime, because they're trying to bring people in, right? They're trying to bring people in. Come here, have a meal, have a burger or so. Molly says, just went to see the Indigo Girls. Oh, cool. Very, very cool. Hey, Angela, welcome aboard. Yeah, shoot more in the comments. Tell me what's in your area. Indigo Girls, love them. Love the harmonies of that. So what's playing in your area? Let's hit some, shoot them in the comments. Tell me some concerts, some things that are in your area. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to go, oh, I don't have any money this year. I don't have any, you know, and so you're going to sit at home and hibernate during the summertime. No, we're going to get out. And the more active we are, obviously now we're going to hit those goals that we just talked about. But the more active we are, if you're out there and all of a sudden you're tapping your foot, you're burning more calories than you are watching TV at home on the couch. Bam. So let's think of, put them in the comments, all the different concerts and events that are in your area that you're thinking about going to or that you might consider. And if you haven't even looked them up yet, go online. Start going on Facebook and Google and all those places and just go concerts in my area. Or, yeah, when I lived in Madison, we hung out at the Union. Yeah, Lake Mendota. That's an easy one there, right? Yeah, exactly. You can just hang out on the lake. That's why we're here. We live across from the lake we have here in Lake Mills. And so that's one of my weekend things is to run that lake, run that 7 miles. So I do a little bit longer run like that than I do during the week. I'll do shorter little runs because I can get them in faster, right? Until I can build up my time and do longer runs at the same amount of time. That's the goal. But here, getting out and just going and doing things and there's festivals. I know in Wisconsin, oh my gosh, every little town and village has a beer tent, has a festival, has bands playing. Yeah, Kyle says the Beach Bash, July 13th and 14th is free. All different bands in that. So there's different venues within there because people, that communities want to get you out. There's art fairs. There's, I know here in the Madison area, they have every Saturday up till noon is their farmers market downtown on the square. Then they have bands that are out there. And then we just had the Shake the Lake, which was their big fireworks that they do over one of the lakes. There's 3 lakes here in Madison or in the Madison area. So there's 3 lakes and one of the lakes, they just do that. So they shut down the streets all around there and thousands and thousands of people go to that. But there's all different things. 4th of July is going to be another big one. So a week from tomorrow, you're going to see all different bands and different things out there. So think of those things ahead of time. And if you're not thinking ahead of time, then just Google it. You know, this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boom, just look up festivals in my area, art fairs in my area, whatever your interest is, I'll bet you there's a festival for it. I know when I was really enthusiastically into running, man, I could Google 5K in my area and it's like you would find some festival that's having a run that you can go and do. There's walks, and if you're like, hey, you know, I'm feeling more charitable, then there's also probably a Alzheimer's or there's some charitable event that's having a fundraiser in that. So it could be that you just go pay a fee and you participate in the fundraiser. Do a run walk or something of that sort. So there's all different things out there. Go do them. That's the biggest thing. Is make a list and start those goals all over again. So maybe we didn't hit the mark yet. I know I didn't. If you did hit your mark where you're back to where you wanted to be, the goal that you hit, or the goal you made in January, you hit that mark, tell me that in the comments too. Hit me up in the comments. I keep pointing down here because that's what I got to look to at this point. I didn't get my software set up yet this week to do it. But yeah, so hit me up in the comments if you did hit your goal. Tell me in the comments. If you're watching this in a replay, tell us in there because we want to get just as enthused as you are. Oh, Kyle's got more stuff. My gosh, he's out and about up there, I'll tell you. Kites over Lake Michigan, first weekend in September. That's coming in. We're not going to talk about September yet. Kyle, come on. We're not going to talk about September. Molly and I were just kind of doing some scheduling of that, and I was like, oh my gosh, we got to the end of September, and we're like, oh, I got to stop because I'm getting myself depressed about not doing much outside now. So make a list. So yes, we had those goals back in January, February, March, and we were going to hit, and then maybe we hit them, maybe we didn't quite hit them yet. But we can make some new goals. Let's make some new goals about just getting out and being active and having fun while we can during the summertime. And for those of you that are watching in California and San Diego and Sacramento and that, where you have summertime year round, I'm just jealous of you on that one, okay? But let's go and do it. Let's get those things, let's write down those events. So let's start with all new goals. All new goals starting now for the next 3 months. Let's just focus on having fun. We're not going to hibernate during the summertime. If it's hot out, booyah. Let's drive to a location. Let's go. Let's walk around wherever it is a little bit, and then we can always go back in the car and go home. But let's go out and at least do it. Let's just go out there and at least be active to some sort, and that, which leads me into stop watching and start doing. Just stop thinking about the things that we could be doing, or the things that we might be doing, or the things that make those lists, and that's fine, but just stop watching the world go by and let's start doing and being more active. I know Molly will be one that'll back me up on this. It's like active gets you closer to healthy, and healthy, wealthy, and wise, right? So if you get the healthy part, you'll get the wealthy part, and then comes the wise part about what health and wealth were all about. But make that list of what you want to do, the different venues. Start Googling, start going on Facebook, start going on Instagram, seeing what's posted out there for events and things that are there. If you can afford to do them, go and buy the fancy tickets. Go pay the $100 to see Imagine Dragons, or $200 or $400. If you can't afford that, don't use that for an excuse of not doing something. And then all of a sudden, October and November come around and there's snow coming down and cooler temperatures, and then you're going, oh, I missed out on this summer again. Woe is me. No, don't do that. I'm telling you right now, plan the agenda, and then let's get out there and start doing. Start doing. And it doesn't have to be, the easiest way is just go to some events. Go hang out with some people. If you start playing volleyball, you know, jump into the volleyball. Say, hey, I haven't played volleyball in 20 years. Take it easy on me. And then start just like spiking the ball down their throats, you know. Whatever it is, get out there and just start being active. That's the easiest way to get healthy, because once you start doing that and you start feeling healthier, what do? You start eating healthier. When I run and work out, I generally have to remind myself to eat, because I eat less, because your adrenaline's going, your adrenaline's pumping through your veins, your energy level is up. I sleep less and I do more when I'm working out. But it's to get to that mindset of working out and doing it and getting and feeling healthier. But you got to get past that first hurdle to do that. And the easiest way is just go out and do some things that are fun. So yes, running by myself is okay. But I have a tendency to kind of have a little ADD when I'm running too, because all of a sudden I have these ideas and I got to stop, and then I usually email myself, or I make a note in my phone of that wonderful idea that came to me, emails to write, whatever it is. And then I do that and I stop. So it's like I have a tendency. But if I did it in a group, Now we're active with wherever we're talking about. We're just going, we're just doing. We're not thinking about, ooh, you know, maybe this hill is going to be too steep for me. Maybe I'll walk up this hill instead of running up this hill. You know, so if you do it in a group, so if you're part of a group, it doesn't feel like a workout. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. And before you know it, you've been outside or you've been at the beach for 4 hours and you're like, oh, I was just going to come here for an hour. Or you've been walking around, you know, this large square that's, you know, 3/4 of a mile all the way around or whatever it is. And you're all of a sudden you're just doing, and you're not thinking about, oh, yes, this has been a workout, or, oh, I'm out of breath. You're not thinking about that stuff. You're just doing. And then you get done and you're like, whoa, have we seriously been at the beach for 4 hours? Have we seriously been down at the farmer's market for 2 hours, walking around and sampling and eating and doing stuff and that? Yeah, so you're just doing, you're not thinking about it. So when you get in a group, and that's like, if anyone here has ever done a 5K or a run in that, let me know. Put that in the comments, because every time I've ever participated in a race, which really isn't a race, but when you participate in a 5K, a half marathon, any of those things, or Spartan Challenge, Molly knows that. She's got a Spartan Challenge coming up this year. And so when you participate in any of those, you don't think about, oh, I'm going to have a pain, or, oh, I have a pain over here, or you don't get inside your own head. You break those barriers and you just do. You just do it as a performance. You just do it as your athletic ability. You just participate and you get caught up in the energy. There's this energy that's there at a race, and if you think that that's not true, you don't even have to participate. Just go to where like a 5K is being run and be there before they start the race or start the course. And you're gonna feel this energy that's from that crowd. And the problem is, if you haven't participated in a race before that, you have a tendency to get caught up in that adrenaline, that energy of the crowd, and that's going, and you end up going, if you're used to running 10-minute miles, you may all of a sudden start out and look at your pace watch and you go, I'm doing 7-minute miles. Whoa, I better slow down. Or, you know, you start out really fast because you get caught up in that moment. So that's the hardest thing when you do any of those races, that you got to kind of hold yourself back, because you know it's 5Ks aren't too bad. That's 3.11 miles. But if you go half marathons, full marathons, and Spartans, you have to kind of spread your energy out. So you have to make sure that you can go through the long haul of that. So, but you get that energy. You feel that energy and you just start thriving on that. And it's such a cool thing. Yeah. So let's sum this all up. Don't worry about those goals. Yes, if you hit the goals, celebrate. Celebrate. You know, if you hit that goal, if you got to that bikini bot or whatever you set out in January, February, and that, if you got to that place already, do celebrate and throw it in the comments. We want to know and we want to celebrate with you. But if you didn't, don't get down on that. Now let's focus on just getting out there and participating in life during this summer. Right now, we're coming up to July 4th. We have about 2-3 months that are in there at the very most, at least in this area for Wisconsin, Midwest, and that. So we have like 2 to 3 months of prime time. Let's just go out and do. So whatever that is, if you don't have a lot of money to spend, don't spend a lot of money. Don't blow money on that. Make sure you pay your bills and everything first. But there's plenty of free venues, free things that are out there, festivals and that you can go and do. So just Google it down, look it up on Facebook, events, under events, and make a list, and let's just get out there. Hi, Julie. That's Steven's sister right there. Julie Tyler. Just kidding. No relation whatsoever. She's much better looking than Steven. Get out there and just do it. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to wrap it up right there. Thank you for bearing with the technical difficulties in the beginning. I will certainly have those worked out for next week. Hopefully the new software is, I have time to practice with that and get that up, and I'll be doing that throughout the week. So if you see me going live at certain points, it's just me doing this, trying to work it out, and making sure everything works in alignment. But until next week, have a great week. Get out there and enjoy the summertime while you can. And we'll see you next Tuesday. It's July 3rd. So, of course, it's going to be a 4th of July special. Maybe we can have a special guest or two come on the show at that point in time, too. And until then, have a great week. See you later. Bye.
If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.